Hi there. Hello. Welcome to the YouTubes. And on the YouTubes today, you can learn about whatever we're talking about today. I did it. I said you within the first 30 seconds. Eat that algorithm. So today we're going to be talking about luxury whiskey, luxury in general, and quitting Instagram. The greatest thing you could ever do with your time.
Alrighty. Bam. Quit an Instagram. Shit. Serious.
People do it. It's real. It happens.
I wasn't quitting.
I seen it one time.
Away from.
I mean, taking breaks, quitting. It's all in how you. It's definitely not all in how you look at it / read it. So everybody else deals with it differently. Christian Hublot, fantastic brand. Talked to a guy who used to be the CEO of Hublot.
Damn.
He now sells Moser watches. Side note, it's interesting. Eric, what's going on? And Tolv, what's going on? Also, Christian, you can actually find that song. I forget the name of it, but we'll put it down in the link below, and you can go listen to it.
Down, it's on the
it's
bottom
actually a whole lot of fun.
It's a long song.
It's a good time. It's a fun song. So, yeah, This is a whiskey show. So, looking at Charles and taking a nose out of his glass, what's in your glass,
since
Charles?
we're talking a bit about luxury, I actually feel as though this luxury club is luxury. The Scotch Malt Whisky Society.
Interesting.
112.21 Molchitiki and Belgian waffles. This is amazing. Second fill Hogshead ex Madeira. I've been gravitating to more towards the second fill, first fill dark red wine cask types and sherry wines. So
interesting.
You don't think it's luxury?
Eric, not quitting the show. I'll explain when we get to it. Sorry, I should be clear. That sounds clickbaitish, and I'm not trying to be clickbaity, but because I've had so many people quit, I think we need to talk about ways to cope.
Oh yeah, so, I've seen a lot of, especially Instagram. We'll talk about it there.
Do you have any new bottles?
Sorry, bud. No, so I'm actually going on another trip, so I need to save money again. So you know how that goes.
Oh, so my new bottle is actually tied into what I'm drinking. So I should probably tell you guys.
Yeah.
If you guys were on Instagram, I posted a little teaser picture of some stuff that's going to happen tomorrow. But coincidentally, I have 2 bottles of this. It's from the independent bottler Five Lions.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And this is a blended malt Scotch whiskey called Burnside. And if you guys know anything about blended malt Scotch whiskeys, technically this is actually from a single cask that's been teaspooned. This Burnside is actually Balvenie that's been teaspooned with Glenfiddich.
I have a quick question on that. So,
is it about your volume being low?
No, Tolv already said it's good, or it should be good.
No, sweet.
The question I have is, where do you find bottles like these? Like, is these auctions? Are these just on stores? How? Because
no. So
I'm very curious.
Some friends. No, so I usually find weird stuff. So I have friends who will send me pictures of stuff all the time, and like 99 times out of 100, pictures that they send me, I'm like, okay, that's all trash. Or people will want a recommendation, and I'll see something in the background. So just like how I found some Wilderness Trail that I was looking for locally, somebody actually sent me a picture, and they were like, hey guys, there's a new liquor store, and I was like, hey wait. I was like, this picture right here. I was like, zoom in, enhance. And I was like, there it is. I was like, Wilderness Trail. I was like, thanks for telling me where this store is. And then I went and bought all their bottles. So like this one, some friends in Florida were like, hey, liquor store, we want to buy some stuff. And I was looking, and I was like, hold on. I was like, go back to the other shelf you went to. I was like, go back. I was like, show me what's going on here. And I was like, can you zoom in and take a picture? Sure enough, they did, and bam! I was like, "Does that say Burnside?" And they're like, "Yeah, it says Burnside." I was like, "This is a 22-year single barrel Balvenie.
Yeah.
That's what this is." Yep. Yes.
No, that's why I think it's kind of crazy because, I don't get that here in Oregon, so I need to start finding or hunting these because Balvenie is probably one of my favorite distilleries. I would love we tried that 1982.
Yes.
And that was amazing. Like I want more single barrels.
Yeah, the problem is brands like Five Lions and other IBs, it's all in whatever the local places will carry. Because some places carry it, some places don't.
Yeah.
I've never even seen Five Lions in my area.
Yeah, and what was it?
But my local store carries Signatory.
What I don't understand is when you go to the UK and stuff like that, they have a crap load of these. Like, even Scotch Malt Whisky Society has a bunch of Balvenie, a bunch of Glenfiddich stuff that are actually not even teaspooned.
Yeah, so that's easier for them to do over there. Think about it. Think about how close they are. They don't have to deal with export prices and laws. Like a lot of times people have looked at, Steve, you're right about that. A lot of people have looked into single barrels over in Scotland and then bringing them over to America. And they're like, why is Scotch Malt Whisky Society so expensive? But if you look at the cost to import cask strength whiskey into America, it makes complete sense.
Yeah,
it is a freaking expensive process.
It's ABV for sure.
Yeah, so I didn't think that was a huge deal in America like it is in Canada, where you always get like, you know, beat up in your wallet. But apparently it's really, really bad in America.
There you go.
Ooh.
I will help you out.
Ooh. I'll make a drive out to Hagerstown. That's not anywhere close, but I'll freaking drive out to Western Maryland for good whiskey.
And
yeah, send me pictures for sure.
Yeah, so and you picked up, I think, what was 2 bottles of that? Anything else?
Oh, 2 bottles of that, and then some crazy person gave me a bottle of MSW small, so Manatani Stillworks small batch coffee.
Ooh,
is this
that'd
a
be
liqueur, or is it actually
Probably
42% alcohol?
Ooh.
It is, what is it? It's coffee that's a cold brew coffee that's been married to a whiskey. So it's whiskey with natural flavor,
whiskey,
quote unquote. It's not bad. The coffee really doesn't kick in till the finish.
Okay.
And then spirit wise, it's kind of weird. But yeah.
Interesting.
Sat down with that. Thanks, Steve.
Boom. Yeah, sadly nothing for me. That trip was pretty crazy. But yeah, with another trip. So last week I posted that I'm doing a whiskey tasting in the Philippines for a bunch of people, talking about 5 whiskeys, going to do a bourbon, a rye, cast, or basically a whiskey that's aged in a sherry butt, or at least in sherry. So mostly like a
Macallan. I like big butts in a can. Oh wait,
and
right.
then a heathered peat and a regular peat. So just basically exploring people's palates and making them more accustomed to it. These will be lower beginner whiskeys, which allow us to pull more flavors out, or single note, 2-note flavors, so that people don't get overwhelmed.
Did you get a hold of Trish?
Yes, and she sent me to somebody,
Good.
And that person's going to be talking to me.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
Hold on to this. Connect the world.
You.
She's the right person, I knew.
Yeah.
So today's topic is a little weird, and I know most of you guys are like, why are we going to talk about luxury?
Yeah.
So sometimes in the whiskey world, luxury is like this thing, and it really ties into what I wanted to talk about on Instagram, which we'll get to, I promise. So this was going for like $300 a bottle, and it's considered luxury because of this name right here. So people were losing their minds over this bottle, right? Which I don't understand. So Wally, dummy, bought 2 of these bottles thinking, I'll buy one, it's collectible. And I was like, worst case, I actually have a friend whose name starts with AERA. So I was talking about that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I bought this bottle, and I was like, you know what? I'll try it. I'll actually open it, as opposed to what most people do when they buy Macallan.
A bottle of whiskey?
So I actually broke the lid. The topper is really cool, but it's built for Taiwanese clubs. So it's actually a screw top, and then I broke all the whole screw mechanism.
So why is it?
Now it's just a cork top.
Why is it screw top? So you said Taiwanese. Is that why?
Apparently, so this was built for the Taiwanese club market. That's what they made this for. So this is literally trash whiskey. It's not, but it's not
like
what
club,
it says on the
like
notes.
You mean like club? Oh, okay. I thought like
exactly.
whiskey club. I'm like, really?
Correct. This is not for whiskey clubs. This is for clubbing people, and that's why this is like, it's great in cocktails. But going for $180 that I paid for it,
$180 for a cocktail drink?
Each of these bottles would not do this again, and people are paying over $300 now because of this name that they see on it. Because people get this perception of luxury. But here's the thing, and this is what I was talking about with the picture that I took on Instagram. Like, luxury is not real. Luxury is just a fake thing that we have this idea of. We just get this in our minds. We're like, oh my gosh, you know, this person is so luxurious and they have all this money. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, I do make decent money at my job, but I mean, it just buys me a regular small people house. You see my house, Charles? It's regular. Like, I live in a house that's
huge.
Okay.
It's a regular person's house.
It's a 3-2 rancher. So, but yeah. So, do I splurge every once in a while and buy it? It's 2 bathrooms is all. It's all I wanted when I bought my house.
I use that bathroom, by the way. Yeah, I used it.
I used it too. I use it every day. But like, so this name makes people think of luxury, and it makes you think like, oh, they've got money and this stuff, and like that's fine. But I decided to take that picture yesterday on Instagram where I had a bottle of Macallan edition number 2, which I don't even like the flavor of, but I wanted to match that orange color with something.
What?
So
you didn't like the flavor of number 2? Come on, man. Really?
No, number 2 doesn't compare to the number 4. So I bought this bag, and you guys are probably thinking like, oh my gosh, Hermes, right? Yeah. So the bag came with this box in it, and these 2 boxes in it, right?
Fancy.
Which might have had a scarf, might have had who knows what. You want to know the reality of this luxury picture that I took? And believe me, I know how to game the system when it comes to this sometimes, because I definitely want to do like a luxury shoot to like sell to other brands. But like this right here, $20. This is literally someone else's trash. I went on eBay. I typed in Hermes bag.
That's funny.
And there's a guy who wanted $60 for these 3 empty boxes and this
What?
bag. And I was like, $60 get bent. It was or best offer.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I offered $20.
He sold it.
And you know what? He took it. Because he lives in Virginia, so he wasn't far. So he's just, I mean, it couldn't have cost about $6 to ship the thing.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. It's like, I bought someone's trash to give the look of luxury so that other people would be like, I'll like this picture because it's beautiful. And Macallan is like, this is so beautiful. And that's fine because like you want to project an image,
Fancy.
but you have to realize at the end of the day, you're just projecting an image. You're letting people see what they want to see, right?
What I'm surprised about is like when we were at Heathrow, we saw a lady throw a Gucci bag away.
Yes, I still have that picture. It still blows my mind. I have no idea what was going on there.
We
were
both
at
looked at
Heathrow
each other
Airport.
too.
We watched a woman take a brand, like it wasn't brand new, but a used Gucci purse. She just bought a new one, and we watched her stuff her old one into a trash can. And I was like, this doesn't make sense.
We thought it
I
was
went
like
over
a
to
spy
picture.
drop or something.
The bag looked fine. I was about to take it out of the trash can because I was like, I want to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
It looked okay. So, I don't know. I don't get it.
In my head, I'm like, damn.
Holy shnikes.
What?
Look at what Christian just... oh, my gosh. Please tell me that's not true.
Why do you,
Christian, tell me that concept is not selling for $1,000.
You could have bought one and you could traded it for number one.
I could have bought it for 100 pounds and I just left it there because...
There's only one bottle, too.
You like the orange picture? Yeah, so that's the thing. Is like the orange picture is just a projection of luxury that I wanted people to like because that's all it is.
Man, maybe I should just do luxury for the next week's.
And it's nothing compared to reality. I don't buy Hermes. I do splurge on... so I have an Asian mom, so I do splurge every year for Christmas. This year she got a Burberry scarf. I've bought her Prada. I've bought her Louis Vuitton before. Absolutely. It's a once-a-year thing. And I save money for Christmas because that's my favorite of all the gift-giving things to do through the whole year. So, yes, I do that, but
All my money goes
not
there.
all... I mean, that's not a normal thing, you know?
Yeah, no,
I'm
like
not selling my trash on the internet.
I'm sorry, but that guy made bank.
What, $20 on empty boxes?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. You don't
$20.
care.
He's just like, shit, I already got my stuff. Yeah, no, but like
Take
another company that does luxury, you know, it's Dalmor.
Dalmor. They really try to push it.
That's like that is their thing, like the luxury with the Rolexes and the fancy stuff and the frou-frou and the throwing away of whiskey.
You're a good son. Thank you, Asian dad, that I never had. I got the black dad. He's normal.
No, but like yeah,
I mean, he stuck around, so he's not all that normal.
It is crazy how. Sorry, that is funny.
It's racist.
And funny. But it was interesting to see the new Macallan and facility and how they basically put a suit and tie on that distillery.
Yeah, no. I mean, this bottle is like, welcome to the new Macallan.
And I apologize. I'm not going to use names, but I know a person that knows a person that when they reached out to their parents and said like, hey, what whiskey do you want? And first thing come to mind, Macallan. And they had no clue what Macallan was. And then all he said was, I heard it's really, really good. And it's really, really pricey, so it must be good. And, you know, when someone that doesn't know whiskey, there's like money, higher the price, the better the quality.
That's what everybody... So,
mind, right?
So that trick is just a psychological trick that a lot of brands use all the time. Like if you raise your prices, and I hate saying this, and Steve's going to love this, but Blair, who's putting the same kind of work to make the same 25-year whiskey but tastes better than Macallan 25, is now charging $500 a bottle for 25-year whiskey.
Yep.
Which seems absurd because we were all paying $180 a bottle just last year. But this is really catching up with the price of what whiskey's doing.
They want the money.
And it makes sense for them because if they make that money, that means they can continue to make more whiskey.
Yep.
And I mean, it's literally a quarter the price of Macallan. So it's on one hand, you can be like, yeah, it's crazy they're raising the price like almost 3 times. But on the other hand,
the
it's
market
like
rate. If people are willing to pay for it, then they'll keep it that way. If no one's willing to pay for it, they'll drop down the price.
And that's the problem with all the Macallan stuff. That's the only reason why Macallan Edition #1 is so expensive right now is because people in the market are still paying $1,000 for a bottle. It is so ridiculous.
Yeah, the funny thing about that, the friend's parents was the fact that they didn't even like it when they had it. And they still drank it anyway. They're like, it's supposed to be good, so I'm going to drink it. I'm like,
that's horrible.
Man, I could have saved you a crap load of money.
That's the goal, right? Is to drink these whiskeys so that we can save people money. Or so we can recommend things like Burnside, because nobody's going to pick that up.
Yeah, well, Steve.
Hi, Bianca.
If I were you, man, definitely go. If you can ever make it out to Scotland, go check out Blair. It was very interesting to talk to them about the price
Steve,
increase.
come with us next year, and I will take you to
Yeah,
Blair. I will sit you down with John McDonald, and we'll have a good time.
It was like I was in. I was let's say I'll put one foot in the same boat as you were, where I'm like, it's expensive. You know, I can get the 90 for this price. Why are you jacking it up? And it made sense. Like as a business, they needed to. Like they didn't feel. They felt as though they were. People looked at them inferior to Macallan, to Dalmore and stuff like that, and they
perception.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
And it sucks,
even though they're putting in the same work.
Yeah, and well, they did lay casts down 10 years ago, right? So they thought about this. They didn't. It's not a shortage problem, which I know Wally, you thought it was a shortage problem. That's why they're using the increase. But
I mean, it makes sense because supply and demand, right?
Yeah, but they were laying down.
But in this case, they're
casts.
just trying to get ahead of the game, which makes sense.
And I'm glad they're not putting it in crazy, $800, $1,000 prices, but.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're not, making whiskey that tastes like cardboard.
Yeah, and he said the quality was still key for him. He had, what was it, a quantity quota and a quality quota, right? For him to get his bonuses and whatever. Mm-hmm. And he basically said, like, he will slip down in quantity to make sure the quality is good. So I'm like, I'm good with that.
Yeah. I mean, they're just trying to be unwavering, which is okay. It's totally cool in my book.
Interesting cardboard.
Yeah, I've never heard of somebody say Scotch tastes like cardboard, but it's one of those things. Again, like unless somebody teaches you how to taste whiskey,
bump it up.
Unless somebody teaches you how to taste whiskey, it's really, I don't know.
Hopefully that's better.
It can be a cardboard process.
Yeah,
louder in my ears.
I don't understand like with the cardboard thing, but I guess everyone's palate's different. He might have.
The thing is, like, if you don't know how to taste it, if you're just sipping it and all of a sudden you're getting cardboard notes, like it could be anything.
And I have to admit, like when I tasted whiskey for the first time, I was just like basically I'm not shooting it, but I wasn't leaving it in my mouth long enough. I started doing that more and more now.
Yeah, one glass man, I totally agree. That's like, it's legit. You're working on it.
Yeah, their hand fill was awesome. It was really hot. I liked it.
So the other half of this whole thing, so this luxury perspective ties right into the rest of what I was saying about social media. So like social media, in case you guys have never heard this before, and I'm sure most of you guys, I hope most of you guys have, like social media. Oh, are we supposed to be showing off our whatchamacallits?
Yeah, fancy.
Social media is not real. It is real. There are people who make real things on social media. Absolutely. What's going on, Landon? There are people who make real posts on social media, and there are people who really connect, like we're trying to do it right now. But there are a lot of people who just want to create an image on social media because they don't think it's real, because they don't want it to be real, because their life, right? Exactly. They're just showing the best of their life, and so it looks like they're only having good times. It's just like when you keep up with your friends. Your friends don't really. I mean, if they're good friends, if they're really good friends, they'll probably tell you when they're down in the dumps, and you can help them out. That's a normal thing. But if they're less than really good friends, they'll probably only tell you when things are going right in their life. And people don't really talk about the times when it's not going right.
I tell
and that's the problem. Is like, because you never, you do, because you don't always get people's like the other side of the highlight reels.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and this is crazy, a lot of people forget, which doesn't make any sense, because everyone's human. So everyone's going to have good times and everyone's going to have bad times, and everyone's going to have a whole lot of boring time in between, because most of people's lives, unless you're doing amazing things, is going to be boring, and that's normal.
It's a comparing act, man.
I would literally say like 90% of people's lives is going to be boring. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was like, the most exciting thing the most productive thing most people will do in their lives is have children. That's it. Like, and
really?
That's a great thing, because it has to continue. No,
that's
but a lot of people are at that point, though. Everybody can't be Elon Musk making freaking Tesla cars. Everyone can't be freaking Jeff Bezos, stupid whoever, right? There's only so much, and I'm not saying there's not room for everybody to succeed. This is America. But the number of people who will put in the work and the effort you need to put in to reach that level, like, that's not normal. That's not a normal level of work. When Elon Musk says he tries to work like 100-hour weeks, something's wrong with that guy. Anyways,
no, he's working 100-hour weeks, but like
100 hours, he's out of his mind.
He's technically not really working that. He's got people that are working more. It's like one thing my dad gave me advice was like, don't be the smartest person in the room. Hire the smartest people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to work all that stuff. That's you can't know everything, and I feel as though that I think it's like our generation, born in like the 70s and 80s, that were, I don't want to say cuddled, but at least like hold tight, cuddled, tight. Just the fact that they always said that, oh, you can be whatever you want to be. That's true. You could be whatever you want to be, but you're not going to be the best of the best. But everyone still has that thought, which is stupid.
Yeah, but you can be the best that you can be,
yes,
or
agree.
better than you were yesterday. And that's all that most people's goals are, right? As long as you're getting better every day.
I feel everyone wants to be like the hero of the story. Which
that's the problem. It's like
an Instagram, right?
The book, it's like, oh, the other 5,000 people who live in this kingdom aren't the hero. It's just that dude Shrek and Fiona.
Yeah, or that stupid ass freaking dragon burning everything down and shit. And
hey, that's Donkey's wife. No,
I'm talking about Game of Thrones, but okay.
Oh, I don't watch that garbage.
No. Donkey's wife. Yeah.
Game of trash.
But yeah, no, I have to admit that we have to, like, everyone in the social media community, either you guys on YouTube or people on Instagram like you guys, Instagram's a highlight reel. No one's going to show you the worst of the worst pictures because no one wants to show that part of it. No one wants to show that negativity. Once in a while, you might get an honest post because people are sad or depressed and they want to show that, there's a negative thing about it. But yeah,
trash.
Like look at that. That's
$20 in trash to make a beautiful picture that people love.
And let's take a look. Like, I'm going to look at your Instagram right now and see how many likes that actually photo had.
It only got like a couple hundred likes. Something's been going on with my I don't know what's going on with my Instagram lately.
260 likes. But that out of the last 4 pictures, that's high.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with my Instagram.
You can see this and you do look luxury, and then you're like, oh shit, it came from a dude's trash that had this.
That's the thing. So like, to give people the perspective of like, wow, he's living the life. But like, you could just go and buy trash. Or like, so I'm working on a project with Bianca. I agree. Working on a project with Bianca, and like we were talking, the Scotch girl, we were talking about this. And like, I'm thinking about renting an Aston Martin for a day. There's a guy locally who has one. He needs newer pictures for it, obviously, based on the car. And I was going to try to like make a deal with the guy, like, hey, I'll take gorgeous pictures of your car, but I also want to do some luxury shots. And that's all it is. It's like, I just want to give the perception of it so that I can make images for a very specific purpose. It's not even for Instagram. That's the best part. I mean, I'll probably post them there, but that's not what it's for. It's for something else. But yeah, it's just basically giving people what they think they want. And that's the worst part, is like, that's what Instagram drives people to. Like, that's
secret projects supposed to be kept secret.
Landon talked about it making people depressed. Like, it really does, because people are only posting good things. They forget to post the bad stuff. But then, like, you can't win, because if you only post negative things, then people are like, dude, you need to do something else with your life, because you're just making everybody else sad.
Yeah. So
like, you can't. That's not
Christian,
winning.
that'd be sexy, dude.
Christian, I don't want to see you in a red dress.
I'll do it.
If you do it, please just
tag
put
Charles
it in your stories under close friends. Put Charles in there. Delete me. I don't want to see you in a red dress.
And what's interesting is, like, and I don't know how you guys feel. So Instagram definitely changed their posting, where if you look at your likes, it shows that other people comment on posts you're tagged in. I see a lot.
Sorry?
You don't see that? So, like, when you look at Instagram, you see the likes area. It will say commented on a post you're tagged in. So you're not even part of that post. Someone tagged you in it, and it's on.
I'm over those. There's a way to turn it off, but it's not working.
No,
I turned all of it off, and it's still tagged.
No, that's why there is no way to turn it off. You can turn off your own notifications, but you can't turn off the like notifications or the you.
It's really annoying.
I know a lot of people are annoyed about it. I'm actually not. I'm actually very happy about it.
Why? You think it's driving engagement?
I like it because I'm like, I'm checking my Instagram right now. I
mean, it made me see a really creepy post. So there's somebody in the whiskey community who's a hypothetical old age, right? Think of a 50-plus-year-old person, right? And there's a lot of local bartenders here in the DC area that are of a young age, let's say 24 to 27 or so.
Okay.
And let's say a bunch of these 24 to 27-year-olds got together and decided to have a pool party for Memorial Day, and they were all wearing bikinis, having a good time, right? That's what ladies do.
I saw this post.
Most of us scroll through, whatever, let the stories roll. This person posted, because there was a feed post, and they posted like, ooh, maybe I should have come crash that party. That's super creepy.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't have seen it if Instagram wasn't like, hey, this person posted over here, and I was like, I didn't want to see that. Thanks.
Well, you were tagged in it. But for me, I actually think it drives more conversation. I've been seeing more comments on people posting stuff, and I comment back on them because I want to drive that conversation. And I know a lot of big Instagrammers like, oh, stop tagging me and stuff like. I'm like, no, tag me more because I want to see this conversation. Because if I'm tagging this, I see it once, I'll comment, and then I'll leave that post.
It depends on how much.
It makes me come back for more. I actually have like the people I follow.
But it depends on how much people are tagging you, man.
I have at least. I know every day I get at least 10 people tagging me and stuff.
At least.
Right? So I don't mind it. I can understand that if you're a celebrity that has thousands and millions of followers, it can be
Oh, I'm
annoying
assuming if
as
you have
shit.
millions, your assistant is doing it all for you.
Yeah, but like
Welcome to Instagram.
for me, it drives conversation. I see a lot of Christian stuff replying to stuff, and I reply back to his on a different person's feed when usually I just look at his post and my post.
Yeah, that's true. So
So,
it should like get people around.
and I think
Hold
that's what
on.
it's trying to drive.
Bianca, most people don't feel comfortable
Dude, keep
being
tagging me.
vulnerable on
Or
social media.
tag me.
That's absolutely true. A lot of people don't feel comfortable being vulnerable anywhere. It's like that's a thing. Like you need to meet a person and talk to them and be on another level. Eric, you can keep tagging me. I don't care. It's not your tags. So see, that's the thing. Tags don't bother me. I like being tagged and stuff. Then I go and I like the people's stuff, and if I really like it, I'll comment. Bianca knows all about this. But then like it's not that. It's all these like so and so commented on this. Like people I don't know are commenting on this. Like here's some other people that are commenting on this other thing that you've already soaked into your mind and moved on past. And like, why am I doing this
I
again?
love these tags. Keep tagging me. Tag me on shit.
You're ridiculous.
Love this shit. No, I just love it. I love seeing
It's funny
all
because
these
I like to
people.
tag certain people.
Oh,
And like I pick people because I'm like maybe they'll want to comment. That could be fun. And
so
then like half the time I haven't done anything.
the
so-
sad thing about me now is I'm tagging less people. I hardly tag. Like I used to tag you in all my stuff. I don't tag you anymore.
Oh, I noticed.
And I'm just
But I
like,
still so my feed only has like 400 people, so I see
Yeah.
your stuff anyways.
so I'm like,
Also, right, talk about how annoyed I am with Macallan right now.
yeah. So like I don't want to annoy people. So I see a lot of people like, oh, don't tag me. And I'm like, all right, fine. I won't tag you. But like I love this engagement because I'm seeing questions in my like boxes instead of all this like. I'm seeing
Everyone, listen to Charles right now. Tag him in
tag
everything.
Me. Tag me in everything.
If you have stories, if you have
Kids photos, friends photos,
whatever,
random shit.
as long anything, tag him
me.
in everything.
I'll do it.
Going up to just what Steve said just there, you're absolutely right. When you tell a generation of people you can be anything
yeah.
you want when you grow up, but you don't tell them how hard you have to work for it, you're doing them a giant disservice.
Yeah, dude.
That's the nature of it. Oh man, yes, tag Charles and everything. I'm gonna
Tag
start
me
double
in
tagging Charles and everything.
I don't think it gives me double, but I don't care. Or if you want to make it
So-
even worse for me, comment on the stuff that I'm tagged in because that would populate the shit.
Jam for all. So that is a funny thing. So that's what I see. Like
I see that a lot
people
in
who are
cocktails.
trying to jump on the back of somebody else by tagging that other person, which is weird and ironic because the way that Sniff does it is he pretty much just tags people that I know.
Yeah.
Half the time it's people that I know that will comment because like I want them. If you guys haven't noticed, I ask a question every day on Instagram. I want to be engaged with people. I want people to be like, hey, get to know me better. Ask me questions. Learn about me. That's what I want to do. I want to learn about other people that I don't know.
I wanna learn
because
about you.
everyone is like everyone's life is something interesting, regardless of who it is. A lot of people don't think that, but that's not true. Like I said,
Oh,
90% of all of our lives are boring, but that 10% that's exciting, that's something we can all share with each other,
Yeah.
and it's a good time.
No, I agree. And by the way, stories. If you guys in stories, tag stuff people in stories, man. I love seeing stories
You know
because
what's
it's like
funny?
real life.
I won't take transportation selfies because I don't like selfies, but like I love seeing seeing
Isn't that
Mike's
cool?
bullet train
Yeah,
transportation selfie. That's legit.
fastest land
And then
transportation
what's
selfie.
How come nobody's doing transportation selfies version 2 though? Like the videos
video?
are legit.
I
Where you like pretend you're not looking at the camera, and then
doing
last
that
second
now.
you're like,
yeah, that's
that's so good.
I was like,
so good.
was it it was Mike that did it, right? Mike did the video.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, all right, challenge is accepted. I'm like, every time I'm traveling now, I'm gonna do it. We should have done that in freaking whatchamacallit.
Yeah, Landon, I agree with you as long as it's not people who are tagging you just to like you can tell people who are tagging you because they want to have a conversation with you,
Yeah.
and you can tell people who are tagging you because they're trying to like, oh, I tagged all these people with 10,000 followers, and now hopefully other people get driven this direction. Like,
So for me, like
you can tell.
for drinking caveman, I get tagged a lot in stuff that says drinking. So people just put drink and then it pops up. So
It was beer. You guys are right.
I get tagged with a lot of people that was it? All right. But yeah, it was just like it was crazy how like just because of caveman, like I got tagged in some video games that had cavemans in it.
That's random.
So it's like, okay, that's you can tell that people are just like, I'm gonna figure out everything with cavemen in it.
I do whiskey lurking. We all do whiskey lurking.
Yeah.
We all. I mean, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, Instagram is a platform built for pretty pictures. We all want to look at pretty pictures.
Yeah, it's a photographer's
legit.
world. Yeah.
That's why that's why any. I'm not gonna get into it. I was gonna say it's super sexist, but it's absolutely true about how Instagram works. Like any girl.
If
plus
you're a girl
stuff,
with
no offense,
boobs
Bianca, or ladies.
yeah, boobs.
If you have boobs and beer,
boobs and butts.
I just. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
It's so ridiculous.
I do stuff in the beer community kind of thing, and it's mostly boobs. But what's crazy is
Eric,
some of
that's
these
good.
ladies are amazingly smart in that community, but they know that, hey,
They know it gets the likes and the attention and the impressions and the reach and the engagement.
And here's a little
even
plug.
If it's creepy comments.
If you guys want to learn a bit more about the women's side of that community, there is a podcast called the TLE Lounge Experience. They're on my Instagram. You can check them out. They're two ladies that are in the cigar community and actually talk about the men and women in their community and how they've seen different tiers of people, where there's one tier that's all like boobs and butts and cigars. There's people that are like teetering on like really pretty dresses, being seductive, and then other ones where they're just posting like kind of
education.
Yeah, so it's really interesting how they talk about it in a woman's perspective, because like for us guys, we're like, okay, we got to show really good content, or we're not gonna get past
because
that.
we got no boobs.
We got no boobs. Well, I got no boobs, but I got a butt, so
I got to show that content.
All right,
I got to show some legs.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you guys had a pretty good chat. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Most of you guys have subscribed, but if you haven't and your first time here, subscribe.
Thanks to all our Patreons, Scotch Systemies, Leo James, Alexandra, Anonymous. I can't see what else is going by. I should memorize these for fun one day.
Yeah, and you guys don't have to, but $1 helps us out. It's a once a month payment. If you guys get anything from this, please feel free. Give us a coffee, give us a dram, whatever.
Landon, that right there, if you ever want to send pictures for like feedback for photography, send away. I love when people are like, hey, what do you think about this or this? Because I do that with people.
Just FYI,
like there are very honest
in my life with you.
There are a few people in my life that, honesty is all I know. But there are a few people in my life
very honest.
I love the same kind of feedback though. If you think my composition or my framing is garbage for something, absolutely call me out. Like I need to know, like, what did I miss? What didn't I see? Like, are the colors off? It's because it's the best way to grow as a photographer is for somebody to be honest.
No, okay.
If that means they need to poop on your pictures, poop on your pictures. Because everything can always be better.
Fine, poop on this picture. Boom.
That was legit. I said it was beautifully edited.
That was a pretty good
I was wondering if those colors were straight out of camera. Because
no, I made it a bit warmer, but that's about it.
Okay. That's fine.
That was it.
Yeah, because I was like, man, mine are really cold looking compared to yours.
That's why I was like, I need to bump it up a little bit.
Yeah, makes the gorse look a little more gorsey.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so like, comment, subscribe down below if you're watching this video later because you didn't get to join chat. As you can see, chat's a lot of fun on that side of the screen, whichever side it's on.
Make sure to follow us on
And then Charles
Instagram
just needs a picture.
And
get that Balvenie in your life.
I want that Balvenie in my life. Luxury.
22-year single cast Balvenie. Cheers, Jam Dude.
Cheers,
AKA Dakota.
Oh wait, I need to take my earphones off. Fuck.
Cheers, everybody. No, I have earbuds in all the time. Look at Charles's face right now. He can't hear a word I'm saying. This is great.
I can kind of hear it because you're so loud, dude. I can actually hear that.
Look at Charles's face. Look at his face.
Look at my face. Woo! New lighting setup too. Hopefully it worked out.
Yeah, thank you guys for hopping in.
Yeah, guys. And if you want to continue this conversation, leave it down in the comments or DM us on Instagram.
You know what? I'm going to hop on Instagram and poll because now I'm curious about people's time that they spend on Instagram. Because my average is 1 hour and 20 minutes a day.
Actually, I don't know what it is today. I think it's like 4 hours or 2 hours. But I look at a lot of people's stuff. All right, guys. And what do we see on this channel? I can't hear you because he's pretending to talk, but he's not.
Deuces!